It's the Linus and Lucky Show. Somebody gave them a microphone, and now they're coming right to your home. It's the Linus and Lucky Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, how you doing there?
Welcome to the show.
The Linus and Lucky Show is back on the air.
Really big show.
Main episode.
Welcome, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents. It's May 20th. I got about 7:33
Right.
in the PM.
And I've got 73 degrees here in Action Heights. Winds are light. Traffic is variable.
Traffic is variable. Oh, traffic is variable.
We were supposed to get a bunch of rain, but it hasn't happened.
I only got 68 degrees.
Bullshit. I cut the grass, was getting ready for the rain. I got nothing. Fuck is that all about?
Well, that's Tommy Skillyhead, gang. He doesn't always get it right.
Hey! The folks in Poughkeepsie.
There was something in the city this week for Harry Carey.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And now I can't remember. Dutchie was there.
Hey, hello, welcome everybody.
They got
They got the nice steak over at Gibson.
3 or 4 different Harry impersonators.
Of course.
And
Was Will Ferrell one of them?
they played a clip of that, and then they talked about it.
Okay.
Where the Will Ferrell is like a caricature of Harry.
Agreed.
And not like really trying to do it, where then you have good impersonators who will be doing the impression low and outside.
Right.
And so, Steve, as we're having another Budweiser, you know, and you know, like the calling of the plays during the conversation. It was really.
That's the best.
Yeah, it was
That's
really.
the best.
Yeah, it was really fun to listen to.
One of the guys that did a Harry impression on the Johnny B show way back in the day, was a friend of one of the guys in a cover band I was in back in the day, and he would open for us.
Oh,
on
okay.
a number, rather than having an opening band, we'd have him come out and do 5-10 minutes or whatever he wanted as Harry, and here's a nice tidbit. Our band was called Johnny Clueless, and he would, when he got through doing his shtick, he would introduce us as Lonnie Bluegrass.
Hey, well, I want you to welcome our fellas. Gonna play some music for us. Their name is Lonnie Bluegrass.
And it killed. It killed every time. And it, you know what? It wasn't unique that you'd have a comedy act open for a band. But for our little crew back in the late 80s, early 90s, it kind of was. You know, nobody expected, you know, the comedy of some guy doing a Harry impression, you know, for opening up for Johnny Clueless.
Metallica took Jim Brewer out.
Really?
For a tour.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? And I like that. And I've been talking to Genoa Cathy. By the way, Genoa Cathy, not if you're listening, when you're listening, I want to do the same with you. We want to you do 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes, whatever you're comfortable with, and open up the Linus and Lucky show, open up the next band that one of us plays in, open up a show. Let's get out there. Let's do it. Because she's good.
Yeah.
She just needs the sack to do it.
Yeah, right. Kate.
Which I don't know how many things that means. She needs the sack to do it. What do you say? What do you say for a female? I mean, you know, you need the tits to do it. You need the
balls.
You need the vagina to do it.
Yeah, no, the balls.
The balls. You need the balls to do it.
The balls to do
balls is in that reference is okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, in that setting.
Yeah,
I'll go with it.
Where's your balls? Chicken shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm calling you out.
Right.
Genoa Cat.
Right. Well, I mean, what about when, like, say you get rained on or you fall in a lake or something and you complain about it, and then somebody goes, "Oh, would your vagina get wet?" You know.
Well, sure.
It's not that I actually have a vagina. It's just that.
Well,
I'm acting as if
I don't have any visual confirmation, so I'll just keep quiet.
Could you imagine? I whipped it out. Hey, look, I got it done.
Like the reverse. You're like the reverse tranny.
The reverse tranny.
Right.
That's right.
You look like a dude. Beard, no tits. Well, man boobs, but man boobs, not tits, man boobs. Right. But then you go downstairs, you got a vagina.
Yeah. Who's like that?
That would be
Cher. Isn't it Cher's kid?
There are people like that.
Chaz Bono
that got the surgery done.
No, I think Chaz came with the vagina. That's an original part.
Oh. That's OEM, not aftermarket.
It's OEM, but then everything else is aftermarket. All the
okay.
stuff that makes him a him.
Right.
That's all aftermarket.
That's probably the easier way to go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tranny Talk
Chatty talk, ladies and
on the
gentlemen.
Linus and Lucky Show. Wow.
Meow.
Moving on. Hey, let's do the business if we can.
Yeah.
www.sneakypeekproductions 847-254-1951. Send us your texts, your pics, and all that business.
Don't forget to email us at linusinlucky@gmail.com.
That's right, people. Linus and Lucky Show on the YouTube, Christopher Carl on the YouTube, and follow Linus and Lucky on said gram. Speaking of chiming in, Luck, let's backtrack to the last show where we were a little late on the slap heard round the world, but we had a riveting. Ladies and gentlemen, go back into the archives and listen to last month's show. We had a riveting conversation about the slap heard around the world, but we asked you listeners to chime in. Did you think it was real or did you think it was bullshit?
Hollywood fakeness.
That's right. And I think solid arguments were made on both sides. And the numbers actually kind of go that way. Like we had 278 votes for real. It was a real shot.
Okay.
To the jaw. You know, when I reviewed the tape, I think I might be leaning to your side, which is bullshit. The thing was bullshit. 303 votes for bullshit. So you got 278 to 303, which is,
Yeah.
it's
What are we looking at?
it's like a 50%. It's a draw.
54% to 46%.
It's a draw.
55,
So
45.
thanks everybody for chiming in.
Yeah,
We
thanks for
appreciate you.
lighting the lines
Hey,
up.
let's tally that. So 278 and 303. That's 281. I'm sorry, 500. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. 581
581 people
that chimed in.
that got on the text line and the emails.
Yeah.
Just
So-
to get back to us.
And to you people that didn't chime in, go fuck yourself.
That's right. Get the fuck out of here.
Better get the fuck out of here.
I went to visit my friend Marcy out in Kirkland.
Oh, Marcy, a
Um,
friend of Peppermint Patty.
Yes, friend of Peppermint Patty.
Right?
She got the glasses and everything. And so we took a drive.
Does she have the Birkenstocks too?
Marcy does not have the Jerusalem Cruisers. No.
She got a little flat. She
She got the flats.
She got the flats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's got the flats.
All right, nice.
So we decided to take a drive. The weather was nice, and so as once discussed prior, Kirkland that's flung out there past Genoa
Right.
Cat,
Right. You get your vodka and your cheddar.
and that's where you get your cheddar. Yeah, that's where they make all this stuff. and so we just kept going west on 72. Like let's
why not?
let's
Just
keep
keep
going.
going, for
You
sure.
know. And so we hit this place called Dixon. Is it Davis Junction or Dixon Junction? I don't remember. Davis or Dixon.
All right, you keep talking. I'll go to the map.
Go to the map.
Yep.
And so we went to this little shacky, greasy spoon place to get something to eat.
Right.
And got a good patty melt. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good patty melt. And they had this just free to take, the paper.
Oh, nice.
Right.
You don't get that very often.
So I thought, well, let's grab this. And if you look,
Yeah.
mature content, 17 or older. Okay.
All right, so there's Genoa, there's the Kingston, there's the Kirkland. Am I in Kirkland or past Kirkland?
Past Kirkland, on the way to Iowa.
Oh, Davis Junction, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's either Dixon Junction or Davis Junction.
I'm looking at Davis Junction,
That's it then.
and that is due south of Rockford.
Yeah, it's out there, man. It's out there.
Well, you know, the west side of Illinois, it seems like when you get out of civilization, it seems like a couple hours just to get out of Illinois.
Yeah.
That whole jut out to the west, it fools you. You think you'd be out of Illinois in no time, but no,
Nope.
they suck you right
You're
in.
you're out of the greater metropolitan area.
All right, what's the joint called?
Ooh, the name of the joint?
I mean, there ain't many I got here on the map. The
It
Dollar General store
wasn't the Dollar General, no.
on Chicago Avenue in Davis Junction, Illinois.
Can
you see the screen over here?
I can, but it might be easier for me to
Yeah, dial it up yourself. Let's go satellite. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, you got it's obviously very rural area. You got businesses mixed in with houses. I got the let's look for a joint. It was a joint, right? It was a
Yeah, it was a joint.
bar. It was a bar.
It was a bar and a greasy spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if I look.
You have your choice.
How about
we can go to Clinton,
the
Wisconsin.
JC's Junction Center? Was there a Subway there? Ooh, look at this. Hey, hold on. Filling station Rockford, they call it. The fitness junk. No, it would not be that. F&S Sports Bar and Pizzeria. Does that ring a bell?
No, it does not.
You got Subway over here. JC's Junction Center. Let's get rid of you. That 3B's Used Auto Parts. Hey, by the way, any of you people that we're giving shout-outs to, if you want to send us $20 for the advertisement, please feel free to send it to sneakypeteproductions.com, and we'll be happy to take your dough. There's the dollar store. There's a Western Union, DNC Concrete. I'm not seeing anything more than that. Okay, after that, let's go beyond. You said near Iowa, and we're not even close to Iowa. Stillman Valley, Leaf River. Did you get that far? Byron, Foreston, Shannon. You would have ended 72 at Foreston. 72 ends at Foreston.
Yeah, we didn't get that far. We were gonna go.
So it had to be Davis Junction.
Yeah, we were gonna go.
Byron.
I think it's the.
Who names a town Byron?
I think it's the FS Sports Bar and Pizzeria.
Okay.
That's what I think it is. Or it's JC's Junction. No, JC's Junction Corner. That's it.
Definitely.
Definitely. I'm looking at a picture of it. That's the shitty place I was in. Yeah, JC's Junction Corner, 4.5 stars. It's a bar and grill located in Davis Junction, Illinois. And I got this free paper, so
Yeah, go ahead.
so let's do something fun here. There's horoscopes.
Did you sit at the counter? I wouldn't even call that a bar. That's a counter.
Yeah, we sat at the counter,
Nice.
but they served liquor.
Yes, even better.
That's right. That's
Looks
right.
like a good burger and fries right there.
It's greasy.
Yeah,
It's like smash burgers.
Hey, no. Looks good. And you got your video poker. Nice.
Yep, tons of gaming.
Poker.
I barely knew her.
What is this? And ladies and gentlemen, you can't see because we no longer do the YouTube video. Are they showing a? Can you see this? Luck? Are they showing a cocktail here? Or is this a half drunk Pepsi?
Yeah. There's my
It's a watered down Pepsi.
half a Long Island. All right, so tell me what your sign is. You're
I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Those chairs look like they're from 1972, although shined up real nice. They look good.
Okay, so this is your May horoscope according to the paper.
The paper.
From Davis Junction.
Davis Junction,
Capricorn.
JC Corner.
The mercurial skies leave the color of roses in your path. You'll feel a new perspective on your children. Rather than seeing them as bloated parasites suckling away at your life force, you'll come to realize that they are precious gifts who are just struggling. Old feelings of guilt could just turn into a sense of accomplishment for your efforts successfully raising plump and confused creatures completely unprepared for life's challenges. That's
obviously written for the crowd there in Davis Junction.
yes, trouble with the children, and then
Well, I could see that. They probably got a couple of meth houses out there.
I
And
bet
some
they do.
some troubled kids
Yeah.
without anything to do.
Yeah, except making some meth.
Right.
Uh,
Hey, play some sports, dumbass.
for mine, the universe.
And what is your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Okay.
And the universe is a seed in the soil of Earth, creating bounty and abundance. The metaphor of seeds crashing into the earth leads you to thoughts of your penis. Even if you didn't previously have one, you'll smash it into everything you'll find useful. And it may work in your favor. Your garden will grow and you'll manage to fix that broken toilet. However, you will struggle with the ATM at the drugstore, and it will frustrate the other people in line behind you.
Well, all men's thoughts are with their penis all the time. Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. There used to be this there's this old
that's,
Bill.
that's a horoscope?
It's a horoscope. There's this old Billy Crystal comedy album, and he was talking about when he was a teenager and how his dick ran the show, and he was going on a date to go pick up a girl, and he goes, and then suddenly I heard a voice come from my pants, ring the bell. And then I got scared, and then the voice said, "Forget it, I'll knock." Doge, doge, doge. See, you're laughing. That's because Billy Crystal's fucking funny.
Oh, he's the goods. I gotta tell you, and I'm not embarrassed to tell this story because I know many of you listeners out there have been through this before. But is it Eddie Murphy? Anyway, a famous comedian does the joke where the kid gets called on in class. He has to go up to the blackboard, but he's got class wood, and he says, "I'll take the 0."
I know the joke, but yeah.
I
don't know.
And
who
I don't
that
know who
is.
said it,
Yeah.
but I used that in class because I got called on. I had class wood, and I said no. I literally said, she said, "Well, Linus, if you don't get up and do it, then I'm gonna have to give you 0 for the class. So I'll take the 0."
Yeah, take the 0.
Because that's way better than the ribbing I'll get.
Well, yeah, and that's what it would have been back then.
Oh, forget about it.
Nowadays.
Yeah, bullying was fully allowed.
Yeah,
back
fully
then.
allowed.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
And, mocking and embarrassment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was all hands on deck.
Uh-huh.
That's not what I meant to say. It was all. It was a free for all.
There was a Family Guy cutaway of Karate Kid with Daniel and Cobra Kai in the hallway at high school.
Okay.
And 2 football players walk up and they go, "You do karate? You guys are gay."
Yeah. Well,
And that's what it was like back then.
it was like that back then. But those guys also got their ass kicked by those guys when they picked too hard. And I've got a great story about a guy. I won't name names, but he was a kickboxer, a very unknown kickboxer, right? And he was not big in thickness, but he was probably about an inch taller than the average kid at the time. And I'm talking sophomore, junior year of high school. But he was not only into kickboxing, he was good at it. And one of the big, tall, dumb shit fucking football guys picked on him. And this guy said, "Look, dude," he gave him the chance. He said, "Look, dude, I don't want to get into this with you." And because the guy was picking on him. And he was a good friend of mine at the time. And the numbnuts football dude, stereotype guy, pushed and pushed, and he ended up getting his ass kicked. Big time by this guy who was half his weight, but knew what he was doing versus a guy that just thought, straight brawn was going to take care of business. It was the funniest damn thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I got to tell you. And, and again, it was acceptable back in the day.
Back in the day.
You had to earn your stripes. You had to, what do they call it? Rite of passage.
Yes.
It was rite of passage.
That's right.
Did
you ever see the Quentin Tarantino Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have not.
There's a scene, Brad Pitt plays this character, Cliff Booth, the stuntman.
Okay.
And he's on the set of The Green Hornet in 1969.
Oh, okay.
And him and Bruce Lee have a fight.
Okay.
And that was apparently based on a real situation with this stuntman, this guy called Gene LaBelle.
Okay.
And he kicked the shit out of Bruce Lee.
Now, was Bruce Lee more of an acting fighter versus a fighting actor?
No, I think he was competition, Karate Kid type of guy.
He was Mr. Miyagi in his later days?
Well, he didn't have later days.
That's right. Whoops. Whoopsies. Shall we?
No later days for Mr. Lee
Oh.
or his son.
Edit delete.
Well, Brandon Lee.
Yeah, right.
Remember in the 90s, he was doing the movie The Crow, and
How about Jet Li? He became really good. I liked him in the Lethal Weapon.
oh yeah, that's right.
He was a badass in Lethal Weapon. He went on to do other things. I think Lethal Weapon was his introduction to the film world, and he was a badass in that movie, and it was really good. He also lost because, of course, he was a bad guy, but I do enjoy his role in the Lethal Weapon.
I had 67 degrees out in Carpentersville.
You're 67 degrees.
Yeah.
I've got still 73 degrees here in Action Heights. We are 25 minutes in. Should we take a break, get a little topper, catch our breath? Because, that has been just a half hour of gold right there.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I'm riveted.
That is just awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's go, Jerry. Go!
So we'll We'll take a break, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, coming up, headlines. And
you've got headlines.
Well, it's a community calendar, I should say.
Oh, I love that too.
Coming up, community calendar, and then I've got a special chronicle, a very topical K9 chronicle that I think we'll like when we get to that part of the segment.
Yep, and I've got 2 new shout-outs.
Oh, okay.
To add, and also I've got a very quick grammar Nazi.
Okay.
So the show is packed full, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to go to break with today's featured artist.
Sun that's shining down on you, gives you a life that I once knew. So take the time to really make it last. When I look into your funny face, it takes me to another place where everyone seems to waste the day. I can still remember how it was back then, and even now no one cares, and that seems to be okay. Just between you and me, I know who you are. Thought that you were gone for good, but you didn't go very far. I see you every now and then, running through my dreams. It all comes back around, my friend, that's how it seems to me. I know who you are. I know who you are. And every time I look at you, I think about what we've been through. Wonder how could time go by so fast. Sun that's shining down on you gives you a life that I once knew. So take the time to really make it last. Just between you and me, I know who you are. I thought that you were gone for good, but you didn't go very far. See you every now and then, running through my dreams. It all comes back around, my friend, that's how it seems to me. I know who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are. I can still remember how it was back then, and even now no one cares, and that seems to be okay. Just between you and me, I know who you are. I thought that you were gone for good, but you didn't go very far. I see you every now and then, running through my dreams. It all comes back around, my friend, that's how it seems to me. I know who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. That was a wonderful featured artist.
Yep. Lots of fans been writing in about him. Welcome back. It's 8:22.
I know.
We got some rain coming.
Have we heard from Jimmy Shorts in a while?
Right.
That's gonna stop. Look, I'd like to take us back with a very quick, as usual, grammar Nazi.
Grammar Nazi.
Yeah, we gotta get a snippet for grammar Nazi.
Should it be German sounding?
Well, it should be German march sounding.
Okay.
The high step thing.
Okay.
It should sound like that. The Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
dun. Maybe we just do that.
Okay.
It's Nazi sounding.
The Imperial March.
The Imperial March. It's certainly Nazi referencing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a. That's not a secret.
Yeah, they were the bad guys in the 1970s still.
Ladies and gentlemen, the grammar Nazi for this evening is the use of the word irregardless.
That's not a word.
It's not a word.
Snot.
Snot a word. Ladies and gentlemen, snot a word. It's either regardless or not. It's not irregardless. That's like a double negative, which means it is meant to be regarded, right? If it's irregardless, it's meant to be regarded. That's a double negative. Ir and regardless is a double negative. Who's with me? Anybody want to check? Spell check?
I don't know if it's double negative.
I think it is.
I think we need.
Ladies and gentlemen, chime in with your
Chime in.
votes. Is irregardless a double negative? You want to see if the Google thinks it is?
Let's see.
The Google's going to say the Urban Dictionary said it's an actual word, and I'm going to fight the Google to the death on that because irregardless is not a word.
Okay.
Yet people use it all the time, just like supposedly.
Regardless, a photographer always says, irregardless of how the subjects are feeling, smile. Irregardless, the song is fine piece of work. Is it really a word? Merriam Dictionary. When a word is non-standard, it means it is not conforming in pronunciation, grammatical construction, idiom, or word choices to the usage generally characteristic of education native speaking language. Irregardless is a long way from winning general acceptance as a standard English word for that reason.
Ain't a word.
It's not a word. It ain't a word.
Ain't a word. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just regardless, use regardless.
Just say regardless.
Yep.
There's no, and you know why people made it up is because there's no ear prefix to a word that means disregard.
Right.
Just say disregard or regard.
Right.
Don't add your own prefix because it sounds good. I mean, it flows. I'm not saying it doesn't flow. Irregardless. Flows right off the tongue. But it doesn't mean shit
Well, that's just because it was used so much that it's part of the lexicon
by idiots.
by people that didn't pay attention to grammar.
Right. That's the grammar Nazi. Dun, dun,
Right.
dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
I didn't
dun.
realize that when I was youngster, not paying attention to the grammar was going to make me look stupid later in life. So I got good at
We've
grammar.
talked about it several times, especially when writing emails.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
run that thing through Word first.
Turn on your spell check, turn on your internal grammar Nazi, turn all that shit on, and take a look at it. You know, there are times when I ignore. You know, you got the option to ignore. They say, well, this doesn't really work because blah, blah, blah. Well, but, you know, to who I'm talking to and the subject matter that is at hand, it is appropriate. So I sometimes ignore the spell check's question of correction. Oh, question of correction. I like the way that sounds.
Well, you used to play bass for them.
Could be, yes, I did. Could be a new bit. Question of correction. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the Grammar Nazi for this evening. Lucky I heard little birdie told me you got something to review.
I do.
Oh, we got something to review. Maybe a concert review, could be a book review, maybe a movie review. Oh, we got something to review. Oh, we got something to review.
I'm a big fan of the band called Clutch.
Right?
They play hard rock, ZZ Top type of metal.
You remember that Clutch song I learned that had 4 different drum parts and I played them all on the drums?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfectly.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one. What was that song called?
Electric Worry.
All right. Keep talking. Do you mind if I dial up a little Electric Worry while you're
Go ahead.
speaking?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
Go ahead.
So in mid-April, I saw them at this venue called The Forge in Joliet, formerly called Mojo's. The Forge, it was hot, a lot of sweaty dudes. Show was good, but I really couldn't see on account of all the sweaty dudes.
Yeah, I don't like sweaty dudes.
I think that if you're like 6'2" or taller, you get shuffled to the back of the room.
Right?
Because there ain't no goddamn reason for a fucking beanpole to be standing, midway in general admission,
Right?
blocking it up for everybody else. Can't see because,
This ain't the song.
yeah, that's it.
No, it's not the one with the 4 different drum songs. I'm talking about when you, me, neighbor Pete, and Brian got together.
Oh, that one is, I'll know the title. It's off of the album Robot Hive Exodus. Fire It Up, I think it's called.
Firebirds?
No, that's a good song, though. Let me look, too.
Fire it up. Here we go. Oh, no, here it is. Mice and Gods.
Oh, yeah, Mice and Gods.
4 different drum parts, ladies and gentlemen. I nailed them all.
Yeah, this time signatures might change too because they're classic for that. So saw them at Joliet
You're welcome.
at the Forge, and they played a great set list, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then a month after that, which was just a couple of weeks ago, saw them again at a place called the Rust Belt in East Moline, Illinois. And that's right out there by Iowa. That's like just on the other side of the river.
Right.
On our side.
Out there by the
Davenports and the Quad Cities.
the Dixon County Fairgrounds.
South of that. south of Davis Junction.
Right, Davis Junction. Thank you.
Anyway, that was at this place called the Rust Belt, which was a former steel factory that they turned into a music venue. And so less people. So I had a great view. I could see everybody. I could see the whole band. Another excellent set list. Only 6 songs actually crossed over. So it was
What do you
nearly
mean crossed over?
that they played the month before.
Oh, okay.
So they kept changing it up.
Nice.
And so it was almost like 2 different.
Yeah, it's like 2 different shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I
love when they do that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it was a good time. It was what was interesting, and I don't know, maybe somebody could verify. The opening band, I forget what they were called, the Sword or something.
Here, man. Here you go. I got my sword.
And the
Sword.
and the bass player hit what I could only describe as the brown note. The brown note is used as
The one between the ones you should play?
well no, it's a musical note that will your bowels will react to it and make you go poop.
Hey.
And that's
hey now.
that's why they call it the brown note.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm not familiar with that.
this
but
was the closest thing I could describe to that, because everything in my body was vibrating. Everything. All the little water, everything. I could feel everything vibrate. I didn't like it.
Did you poop? Did you poop
I
yourself?
didn't poop. No. But I was saying the name. I was saying the name repeat. I'm like, it's the brown note. I'm gonna shit myself. They're trying to get us all to shit ourselves.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And
That's a mean band.
and he said, and Pete said, and being a sound engineer, said it was because of the acoustics of the room that did that. The long rectangular room.
Neighbor Pete is a sound engineer?
When he was in college, yeah, he took a bunch of semesters on sound engineering.
Cool.
And so he said that it was the shape of the room, that the bass sound waves had nowhere to expand out to. It
Right.
was just channeled straight down right into our bodies.
Yeah, well,
It
when they
made-
got no place to go, they're just going to reflect, deflect, whatever you
And
wanna say.
right inside, man, made
Yeah.
everything vibrate. Yeah, like I said, didn't like it. However, the show by Clutch was great, and so was the venue, the Rust Belt in East Moline. It's worth the drive.
The Rust Belt. I got to dial that shit up. Rust Belt in East Moline.
And as a side note,
Yep.
went to, so neighbor Pete and I drove out to the town that he grew up in, which isn't too far away from East Moline. Pete's from a country town, and
What country town?
Geneseo.
What?
Yeah, Geneseo, Illinois.
Geneseo?
Geneseo.
That sounds like the combination of 2 words.
Right, yeah, that's right. Jenna and seal. I use both of those words all the time.
That's hilarious.
Anywho, I
Going
took
to
my
Rust-
I took so I
rustbelt.com. Here
I
we-
took
here,
my
man, here
I
now.
took my
We got Shaman's Harvest coming up with
Yeah.
Crow Boot on June 17th. We got Charlie Crockett coming on June 30th. We got July 5th. We got As I Lay. I heard some bullshit about As I Lay Dying.
What kind of shit did you hear?
Well, I don't know. I didn't. It was on the YouTube about problems, but I did not click. Sorry to tease, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I wonder if they're going to make it to the show now.
Well,
Or is somebody laying there dying?
TB. Well, I mean, hey, we talked about it a little bit last show. Foos tangled with the devil in that movie.
As I lay dying, controversial return with frontman who was jailed.
Well, he's a thug. There's no doubt about that. What did you say, man?
Yeah, man, that sucks about Taylor. Don't
Oh, that
dance with
looks like a cool building. I'm sorry to sidetrack.
don't dance with the devil, right?
The Rust Belt.
Yeah.
It's a cool building.
Yeah, man.
Space reimaged. 22,000 square feet, 3,500 capacity, 250/19.
Watch out for the brown note. By the
Yeah,
bass
watch out
player.
for the brown note because as you get older, you
Stuff loosens up.
gotta be cool.
That's right.
When you were 21, now you play all the brown notes you want. I'm tight, but I'm 53. You're gonna get things get a little loose. Loose. Oh, dear Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of places outside the realm of our own possibilities, I'd like to ask our listeners and you, Luck Dog, a more Pacific question, as it is 73 degrees here in Action Heights at 8:41 in the p.m. I noticed between Illinois and Wisconsin, there is a difference, and I'm sure it happens nationally and with different areas, that people refer to the evening meal as dinner versus supper. And I know, obviously, Wisconsin is famous for its supper clubs. That's where you go get your nice Manhattan, your old fashioned. It's probably a little bit more popular. Go get your old fashioned at the supper club there, and you could roll up in your ski-doo to a joint out in the middle of the woods and get all the what's the drink I just said?
I wasn't listening. I'm looking up the difference between dinner
I'm
and
gonna
supper.
totally leave that in. Damn it, not the Manhattan, the fucking old fashioned.
No fashion.
You can get all the old fashions you want out in the middle of the woods on your ski-doo in the middle of winter, okay, at these supper clubs. So my question is to you, Luck Dog, and all of our listening people who have chimed in. You chimed in so nicely on the is it real or is it bullshit? I'm looking for the same reaction on where is the line? And then I'm talking Illinois versus Wisconsin. I don't need to include anybody else. I'm sure it happens all over the world. Okay, who calls it dinner and who calls it supper? And the reason that I bring this up is that my beloved sister, who has lived in Wisconsin just outside of La Crosse for a number of years, and then now has moved north to Holcomb, which is where our beloved... I'm out of my fucking mind. Our beloved Kimber lives. Kimber. All right, do it without the background. Where our beloved Kimber lives. My sister grew up saying dinner here in Action Heights, but now she says supper, and she has for quite some time. So there's got to be a latitudinal line, which is a word, by the way, grammar Nazi, latitudinal, where you start is it the Illinois-Wisconsin border, where if you're in Illinois, you say dinner, if you say supper? What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with that? So I found some interesting stuff here.
You got some stuff on that?
Yeah, on the
on.
Googles.
Give it up.
And then I thought of one myself. There's a very, very famous painting called The Last Supper.
Do they have one that's also called The Last Dinner?
Well, that's just the thing. They don't. Now do they? There's no Jesus in The Last Dinner,
Interesting.
but he is in The Last Supper.
Interesting.
And that's all the way across the pond.
Over by there.
But it also does come from across the pond. Anyway, dinner and supper are both used to refer to the main meal of the day, and especially to that meal as eaten in the evening.
Right.
Supper is used especially when the meal is an informal one eaten at home, while dinner tends to be a term chosen when the meal is more formal. Then wouldn't it be called a dinner club? Because those aren't informal. You go to a supper club, you put nice clothes on.
Right. Yeah. Doctor it up.
All right. So far, Merriam-Webster I'm not getting it.
Put your best suit on.
And in some dialects, especially in British English, supper can also refer to a light meal or snack that's
Right.
eaten late in the evening.
In the evening.
Like
yeah,
a
right.
second dinner would be a supper in England.
Right.
Why is dinner in the South called supper? It's not necessarily an American South or Midwestern tradition, but instead is a tradition of farming families. Because the South and Midwest states were heavily agricultured, supper was implicitly lighter later in the evening
He said implicitly.
because they would be working all day.
Right.
So they would have a big ass meal earlier in the day
Right. Then get back to work.
and get back to work. And then
You got to fuel up.
right. And then before bed,
You got a snack.
they have like a sandwich or chips or something, and
Right.
that's supper.
Right. Some cheese sticks.
So perhaps to answer your original question, armed with this information, and that was brought to us by WideOpenEats.com,
Wow, you are quick to the draw, Sir Luck Dog.
that perhaps if you're in a, I'm going to say it again, metropolitan area,
Right.
we call it dinner. But when you get to a more agricultural area, they call it supper because of that trademark that was created of having that heavier meal and then get back to work.
Very well, yeah. Now, but are you saying though, after they have the supper and then they get back to work, do they then have dinner later? Because you said they
They would have the dinner.
would have the supper and then go back to work, which supper was the big meal. Then they'd go
No,
back to work.
dinner.
Would they have a snack?
Dinner. That what
Which
this
was
says.
dinner?
Yeah, what this says is that the dinner was the big meal,
Oh, okay.
and then supper was something that you had before you went to
A
bed.
little snack before
Yeah.
bedtime. Couple
Yeah.
of ho-hos.
Yeah, maybe a small plate
Maybe
of
a little
spaghetti.
Swiss miss.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm a big fan.
Maybe a little run the Taco
You know what
Bell.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little tidbit into and if you want to, you can pause this and then fast forward. But I'm going to give you a little tidbit into Linus's life because I don't think that I'm alone in this. But I will watch TV. I'll go to quote unquote go to bed, but watch TV in the slumber room and end up falling asleep watching TV. And I'll wake up around midnight, 1 a.m. thinking it's like 6 a.m. and I'm ready to go to work. But I wake up totally refreshed, shut the TV off, and I'm like, I got time to kill. I'll get a snack.
Yeah.
I'll get a,
Yeah.
if I got that leftover half a beef sandwich, I'll
Down the hatch.
that thing's out,
Right.
and then I'm back to snooze time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you know,
I do that quite a
what-
bit. I'll
what-
wake up in the wee hours of the morning and
Yeah.
eat something, and then that's just enough, and I go back.
But
to
you
bed.
go to bed no intention of having anything else, but you wake up and you're like,
Right.
yeah, it's a whole new view.
Yeah. Right. Well, because it's 4 hours later.
It's 4 hours later.
Yeah,
That's
your
right.
fucking stomach's
yeah.
growling, man.
Right. So you got to feed the growl.
That's right.
That's a coined phrase by the Linus and Lucky Show, ladies and gentlemen. You got to feed
You
the growl.
got to feed the growl.
Any advertisements to that effect will be paid to Sneaky Pete Productions.
Yeah, copyright.
Copyright infringements will apply. It's dinner versus supper. Ladies and gentlemen, 69 degrees here in Action Heights at 8:56 in the p.m. I think it's time for Let's go to it, Luck Dog.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
Let's get to the. Do you have an actual chronicle?
I do. I do, man. It's
Beautiful.
topical, too.
Beautiful. So let's get my part out of the way so I can make snide remarks during your section. Ladies and gentlemen, I have two brand new shout outs. Beloved and beautiful, and I know 99.9% of our listeners are K9 people, and while you love your K9s from start to finish, you all know there's nothing like a puppy.
Nothing.
Does and chime in again, ladies and gentlemen. Puppy breath. Does it smell like coffee? Am I the only one? Does it mean it smells like fine French coffee? Puppy breath.
I never noticed.
Never noticed?
No.
You're killing me because I think it's beautiful. It's like one of the best smells. I could have coffee or puppy breath, and it smells delicious.
Have you ever noticed that their paws smell like Fritos?
I didn't sniff a paw.
Sniff a paw.
Well, when he gave me kisses, I get this puppy breath, and I'm like, oh, cough.
Go sniff Dashy's paws, and I guarantee you they'll smell like Fritos.
He doesn't know how to miss his poop when he runs for the ball, so maybe not so much.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, out there in Colorado, my first brand new shout out is Aspen. He is a product from the Harrison Cole Mountain Ranch where they breed. I don't know if there's so much breeding as just letting the dogs be free.
Yeah.
And then
Letting dogs do dog stuff.
Then they make a nice profit off of it. And Aspen's father, which is, I forget the name at the moment, is also spreading his seed around Texas. There's going to be another litter down there. They got them flowing all over the place. So, which reminds me of my younger days. But also at the my other brand new shout out is Gibson over there at the Bellagio Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, you've already heard Bellagio Bill on the show a number of times, probably more than you wanted to, but we're going to have him again, and we're going to, you know what, maybe we'll buzz him at the end of the show and we'll see what's going on. Anyway, you're going to hear those names in their proper spaces in the shout out list, which includes, of course, our beloved Dasher here at the Highland Studios. We got Cowboy, Piper, Sage, Jovi, and Nash. Nash is the father of Aspen and many others in Colorado. We got Dally and Griffin in Texas, Lucky and Kermit in Iowa, Trip and Tina in Genoa, if you Genoa where that is, Kimber in Holcomb, Nala in Colorado. We've got Des Plaines Mini. We've got Charlotte, Pikachu, and Gibson over there at the Bellagio Studios. Bella in Streamwood, Peyton and Reagan in Arlington Heights, Delilah in Carroll Stream, Milo in Viroqua, Arlington Heights Maple, Wakanda Lily, North Carolina. Was that with a yawn?
Yeah.
I'm you
tired.
Fucking old son of a bitch. North Carolina Lily. With Lily. All right, we've got Wakanda Lily. North Carolina Lily. Right next door, we got Clover and Siggy. In Rolling Meadows, we got a good boy. His name is Kobe. And we've got Gracie in Arlington Heights, Nellie in Mount Prospect, Copper in Chicago, Schaumburg Murphy, Arlington Heights, Milton next door. He's such a good boy. Tank in Chicago. We've got Maggie and brand new Aspen in Chicago, which brings a whole new meaning to Kiss My Aspen. We've got Chiquita and Naomi also in Colorado, not far down the road. We've got Chief and Bailey in Libertyville. And as always, we've got Arlington Heights. Lucy is a go.
Lucy's a go-go.
And as for my chronicle, we have on the corner, right down the road, I believe it's a Mastiff.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on that, and if it's a pure Mastiff or not, doesn't matter. It looks like and he's dark in color, which adds to the meanness of his look. But he walks by, no problem. Listens to his owners, no problem. But I was beginning the mowing of the lawn for this weekend, and I'm out with the trimmer. I like to trim first, mow second.
Okay.
Because that way it picks up whatever you trim. Right. And you're gonna love this. You're gonna absolutely love this. I've asked to approach said K9. I don't know what his or her name is. And as I sort of approached as I asked, and he or she did not respond well, so I backed off real quick, and they went on their way. No big deal. Now, I've seen them a couple times since as they go down the street, and this last time as I was trimming, so the missus, the K9 on a leash, and their daughter on a scooter are coming up the sidewalk. So I shut down the weed whacker so that not to harm anybody. And they all three go by, and I give the hi, hey, how you doing? She said, good, how are you? Good, thanks, blah, blah, blah. And I said, he's a good boy. And she replied, guess what she replied? I want you to guess.
Such a good boy.
She replied exactly that. Such a good boy. And she said it like that, and I didn't say anything. I didn't get in the conversation. I had work to do. You right? I gotta get the grass cut. Rain's coming, right? So, but I thought she listened because it was the timing was perfect. He's a good boy. Such a good boy. Right. I'm like, oh my god, she must listen to the show.
You're one of us.
You're one of us. It was so unbelievable. I laughed. What is this? LM?
You LOL'd?
I LM.
You LMFAO'd?
Yeah, whatever.
Laugh my fucking ass off.
Yeah,
LMFAO.
I laughed my ass off. That's for sure. That was good stuff. Such a good boy. Such a good boy.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to stick with your format here, and I'm going to go with the shout-outs first. I'm going to wrap it up with the Chronicle.
You're a crime.
And you know, I mean, the Chronicle is going to make all of these dogs look really lazy. So, starting with the laziest of the lazy is my Seville Kumi. He's being lazy right now, super lazy. We got LA Angel.
Do you have him on the Philco? Is he listening to the show as we talk?
Yeah, we got him on the Philco.
Yeah.
We got the Barrington Beagles, Major Dixie and Bella. So again, Hampshire said Sergeant Coop. I don't know, man. I mean, he's hitting the Sergeant Coop might hit the list there.
No, we don't say might hit the list. We just, you're good until you hit the list.
Well, last time I
don't
said,
want to forewarn. I don't want to predict.
Last time I said, I think I don't talk to the guy anymore. I think I'm gonna scratch this dog off the list. He called.
Okay.
He called, and he was like, "Hey, you want to get together?" So based on that, your dog stays. But
so he voted on the real versus bullshit.
I didn't cross-reference the votes there, but this may be the last time you hear the Hampshire Sergeant Coop on the shout-outs.
Well, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't contribute, your K9 will get cut.
I got 30 of them on here, man. I mean, what do you spend the whole show just hollering out dog names? So we gotta trim some of the fat here. Down in St. Charles, we have King and Cato, Elk Grove, Guy and Zepp, Hoffman Tanner, Bowling Book Gramps,
Bowling Book.
Bowling Book. I'm a little kid now. I can't talk. I want to live Bowling Book.
That's also called the library.
I want my biscotti and play my guitar
at the library.
So Bowling Brook Gramps down out there in P-Town, we have Odin and Palatine 4, Elgin Franny, Algonquin Bisbee, Wisconsin Sampson, Lake and Hills Roman, St. Louis Fuzzy, who may be relocating again, Wakanda Reuben, and don't forget to get one with Kirkland Cheddar on it.
And the chocolate malt.
Out in Elgin, we have Diggy and Odin. In South Elgin, we have Mella.
You got another Odin? You got two K9s?
I got two Odins. Yeah.
You got two Odins.
Yeah.
That is. Wait. Who was the Garfield dog? Was that Odin? No, it was Opie. It was O something.
Yeah, I don't know.
OD. ODIE.
Yeah,
it was Odie. Oh, you keep going. Sorry to interrupt. I'll look it up.
Then out there in Algonquin, we have Logan, Luca. Out at our border, we have San Antonio Bear keeping us safe. Out in Roselle, we have Ozzy and Prince. We have Dork County Raven. We have
you do it wrong every time.
Dork.
Door County or Dork.
Dork County.
County.
Yeah. Dork.
You always say Dork County.
Yeah. Well,
you got a double consonant.
Yeah. One's a K and one's a C.
Damn it.
Changing it up.
Internal feud, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry you had to hear that.
I know. Linus and Lucky are going solo.
They're getting. Damn it!
Down in Seville, speaking of consonants, we got Hossa. Up in Northbrook, we have Sadie. Rolling Meadows, we have Puffy. P-Town Maverick. P-Town Hank. Rolling Meadows Maisie. And my favorite, Cloud City Lando.
Yes, Cloud City Lando.
And
who happens to be what color?
He's a black lab.
He's a good
Oh, such a good boy. And so, speaking of such good boys, this brings me to tonight's Chronicle.
Yes.
I love when Chronicles are topical. So this one jumped right
A topical chronicle.
A topical Chronicle.
That's not easy to say.
This one jumped right out at me. Ukrainian dog uses his nose to find 90 Russian bombs and counting. Would you like to know more about this dog?
I would, and you have a nice hair poof going.
Do I? Oh, thank you.
You're poofed up.
I'm all poofed.
You're like Elvis. Did you know that the guy that plays Elvis Linus and the Dewey Cox story is Jack White.
Oh, really?
It's fucking hilarious. Sorry. Anyway, sidebar.
I saw a collaboration between Jack White and Jack Black. They called it Jack Grant. Okay, so going back to the Chronicle, Ukrainian dog uses nose to find 90 Russian bombs and counting. This I read, I don't know, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Most of the free world watched in horror as Russia invaded its smaller neighbor Ukraine, provoking a cruel and bloody war. But though the underdog in this conflict, Ukraine has some things in its favor, including... See what they did there?
Right.
Has some things in its favor, including all the global support,
Where's Polly Purebred?
a plucky, courageous army. They're plucky and courageous.
Well, Polly Plucky Purebred.
And an actual dog using his nose to help clear his country of Russian bombs. According to Newsweek, Patron is a 2-year-old Jack Russell Terrier mix.
Isn't that a vodka?
It's a tequila.
Oh, it's a tequila. That's right. Yeah.
And also a 2-year-old Jack Russell Terrier mix and a trained bomb detection dog working with the State Emergency Services of Ukraine, the SES. However, Patron is more than just a cute mascot. The clever terrier has also become a major asset during the war. On March 19th, the Ukrainian Rescue Agency released a Facebook video applauding Patron for his life-saving work. In the weeks since Russia's invasion, the clever pup reportedly found almost 90 explosive devices, saving countless lives in the process. Countless. News from Patron. Our militant dog, the mascot of Chernishiv. I can't say that stuff, but he is, since the beginning of the war, appears to have cleared almost 90 explosive devices, and the Ukrainian military thanks their friend for his tireless work. The Facebook video also shows a bomb detection dog hard at work in the field. One segment shows the Ukrainian dog slipping into his harness and hopping onto his handler's lap. Another shows Patron bravely sniffing at Russian bombs. And he goes right up to him, sniffs it. Yeah.
That means two things.
At the end of each day, Ukrainians
Hey, I ain't sniffing
four-legged
Russian bombs. You know what I'm saying?
And they say, "Go boy, Patron. Dog to the rescue once again. Please make a donation to help us provide food and emergency aid to the people who are fleeing from the Ukraine." And there's a video. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to watch a video,
This has been a PSA from the last Lucky Show.
from the Independent. Go to the greatergood.com and search Ukrainian bomb dog. And you can see the video. He's such a good boy. Patron's saving countless lives. And, like I said, making all the dogs on our shout-out list looking pretty lazy right now.
Well, they have only us to blame.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could teach Kumi to sniff bombs and take them out.
Who's got the time?
Not me, man.
Dash, you know what? Dasher's a hunter. He'll get your chipmunks, he'll get your squirrels, he'll get your bunnies. Anything that enters the yard, he will kill. But
You will not kill.
you will not come into my yard without getting the business, is what Dasher says. So,
What he says.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's it for me.
Holy
I'm spent.
shitballs.
I'm spent.
That was a great show. We have done a great job entertaining you, even though you might not think so. We don't really give a rat's ass because you're going to listen anyway.
That's right, bitches.
That's right, my bitches.
Maybe that's what we call our fans.
The bitches?
Our bitches.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm striking that contest.
I love it.
No more submissions. It's the Linus and Lucky bitches. All right, all you bitches.
Well, until they say otherwise. I mean, they don't.
Well, they have said otherwise. It's just not as good as bitches.
You might be getting more responses than I am.
We go over them on the show every time they come in. The Linus and Lucky Legion. Remember that one?
Well, they're few and far between. So we're going to do the show according to Linus and Lucky until the majority says otherwise.
Yeah. Let us know if you don't like me calling bitches.
Right.
Bitches.
Chime it in. Send us some audio.
Yeah, get it in there.
Send us some video. Send us some clips. Send us anything.
We did get a mailbag over the month about bacon wrapping your food, which I completely suggest that is never a bad approach.
Right.
The only caveat that I have on that is if you're gonna bacon wrap something, use thin cut because it'll crisp up.
It'll cook quicker.
It'll cook quicker.
More to the timing of whatever it's
Right.
wrapped around.
Right.
Copy.
Whereas your thick cut bacon ain't gonna do that. So buy the cheapy thin stuff and wrap
You're
it
still
around.
gonna get the flavor.
Oh my God! So wrap it up. Wrap your roast. Wrap your steaks.
Wrap it up. I'll take it, ladies and gentlemen. www.sneakypproductions.com 847-254-1951. Linus and Lucky at the Gmails. Linus ampersand Lucky Show on the YouTubes. Christopher Carl on the YouTubes. Follow the Linus and the I'm out of air, ladies and gentlemen. I can't talk anymore.
I also, before the closing of the show, special shout out to a fallen compadre, Jimmy MacArthur, passed away a couple of weeks ago, 52 years old. Cheers to you, Jimmy.
Jimmy Mac.
You were a great guy, man, and well loved by many.
Jimmy Mac,
Will be
here's to
missed.
you.
As we drink.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the May episode, beautiful show.
I think you did a great job, Linus.
You're a great job, Lucky.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.